What's good, Footy Culture fam? My name is Matthews, aka Matt, aka Matozinho, and today, coming at y'all with another episode of the Footy Culture Podcast. Once again, got the man on the couch, Jay.
I'm always here, man.
Cristoforo.
I'm always here, man.
And Quintador.
Man, I feel like I haven't worn this jersey in so long.
You should never wear that jersey.
It feels so good.
Who's on the back, by the way?
Ah, jeez, bro. You want to see what's on the back?
None other than Ansu Fati.
Number 10. If you know, you know. To all the listeners, it's a number 10 Barca jersey, Ansu Fati.
A player that seems like he's on his way out. But speaking of players on their way out, Ilkay Gundogan, one of Barcelona's best players last season, 33 years old, apparently is being pushed out of Barcelona. So Deco, who's Barca's handles the transfers and whatnot, scouts the players, stuff like that. So apparently he proposed a swap deal between Gundo and Rodri, which was immediately rejected. And now City are asking for the remaining of Ferran's fee to be paid before August 31st. Otherwise, they'll take legal action, which is crazy, bro.
First of all, who is Man City to come out here and say legal action, bro? They're the ones that should be freaking like
115 charges, right?
Yeah, and they want to freaking come to us with some legal action. Like, look at your own shit first, man.
Bro, no shit. That was the worst. That's the worst swap deal I've ever seen in my life. And no shit, they're gonna be like, yo, that's so disrespectful. Pay me my money.
What do you mean, like for like?
Oh, yeah, like okay, buddy.
But nah, man, it's crazy. Like, how are Barca trying to let go of Gundogan? Like I said, one of their best players last season. And you have this midfield at Barca who are inexperienced and injury prone. We have Pedri, injury prone. Dani Olmo, injury prone. Bernal, no experience, 17 years old. Casado, also very low experience, 20 years old. Frank de Jong, injury prone. Gavi, long-term injury, just coming back from an ACL. And now you're trying to send out your most consistent midfielder who played, I believe, the most minutes for Barca or up there last season. You're trying to send him out now? Does this make sense?
Well, you're explaining it very well, and in a nutshell, even Barcelona is the worst run club in Europe right now, and it pains me to say it, but it's laughable how, like you just said, they want to get rid of Gundogan, who played almost all the minutes, always reliable. The best ability is availability. No,
Facts.
that's what you always say, right? So the fact that they want to get rid of him, it's a problem. They should be wanting to get rid of that guy that earns $37 million a year, Frankie de Jong, because that guy does not need to be in Barca squad anymore. That whole Ajax team from 2019 sucks. Delect, De Jong, De Beek, all these D's, they suck. No pun intended.
All these D's, no W's.
Van de Beek, what's he saying now?
He's at Girona.
After doing what at United? Nothing.
Watch him cook for Girona.
Delict, decent at Bayern. Now coming back to, well, not coming back, but now getting transferred to Man United. And as we know, Man United like to ruin players' careers. What's going to happen now?
No, he's done. No, I think he'll be decent at United just because he's going to be like pretty much their only defender. They have Martinez is always injured. And they have like Johnny Evans and Maguire. Like, he's going to have to kind of do his thing. I think he's just going to be... I think he was just above average at every single team. Like at Juve, he was good. He was nothing like crazy. Bayern, he was good. He was nothing crazy. And at United, he's going to be good, nothing crazy. That's all he's going to be.
Well, back to Gundogan. Look, they shouldn't get rid of him. You need a leader, an experienced player in your team. Plus, he just retired from international football, which means his focus is on club football only, which means he's going to get more extended vacations so that he could rest up and be ready for club football at all times. It makes no sense. There's something sneaky going on there. Plus, they just got Hansi Flick, who made him Germany captain. So there's a good relationship there. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
The thing is, apparently the reason why they're pushing him out is because of some comments he made last season in some post-game press conferences, basically kind of slandering the team for not having, proper mindset, basically saying, like, why is the team not angry that you're losing games? Why are they not reacting after losses and stuff like that? And that's something you want from a player of his experience and his, his knowledge of the game. Like, you want to react. You want to be able to show, like, you lose a game, you got to react. Like, can't just be like, oh, whatever, the loss is a loss. Like, and apparently that's why, like, a lot of these comments he made in post-game press conferences. Also, I think he kind of slandered Araujo on that miss against PSG. And apparently the board and, you know, maybe the players don't like that. And now apparently that's the reason why they're trying to push him out of the club, which is foolish.
Yeah, you just explained it well. Barcelona want to get rid of Gundogan because he challenges his teammates, because he expects the highest level from the players at Football Club Barcelona. Yeah, he wants Araujo to be better. Yeah, the midfield isn't playing smart enough. They're playing like loons. It's like, that's what you need from your captain. And they're mad that he has some balls, that he has some, you know, alpha mentality where it's like, oh, a club full of kids, you need a leader. They're getting mad at that. It makes me sick. What are Barca doing?
And like we were saying, one of the worst run clubs, because they're trying to push him out. He has what, a 13 mil a year contract, and they're trying to push him out also to register new signings like Dani Olmo. They're also trying to push out Vitor Roque, who they spent 40 mil on, barely gave him any chances, and yet they just want to send him out like that. I don't get it, man.
Look, I've been saying this for who knows how long. Barca is filled with brats, like from top to bottom. The fact that they can't take any criticism is insane. They're going to ship out a guy who just criticized one player and is literally like a captain of your team because he's trying to like kind of motivate these players to play better or like kind of like step up. It's crazy that they're going to get rid of this guy because without him, you guys don't have another captain on your team. Ter Stegen's the captain right now. Is he a captain? He's not a captain.
It's Ter Statue, bro.
Ter Statue's not a captain.
Ain't my captain.
He had one good season with the hair transplant. Now he's back to being old Ter Standing. I think you guys might be going backwards a little bit.
I truly think there's some type of like illegal something happening. Like there's some corruption or something. Because how are we getting rid of, or we want to get rid of Gundogan, who's our best player, like you said last year, getting rid of a player we just signed in Vitor Roque, and now we're just somehow have the money to sign Dani Olmo? Where the fuck's this money coming from? And what are these transfers like? Vitor Roque played not even maybe a full game. I don't think he's ever played a full game. Man comes in the 85th minute. What do you expect from this young kid?
He only had 2 starts.
He's only had 2 starts. Man gets 5 minutes a game. What do you expect? You in my opinion, I thought he was a signing for the future. You know, I didn't expect him to start performing right now.
Yeah.
Look what Madrid did. They signed what's the other Brazilian on Madrid? Endrick. He's not starting now. There's no way he's ever going to start for this team right now. They have so much quality talent. Actually in their hands, there was no need to sign Endrick because look how young their attack is. But they know we have a future and we want to build our future because we're a team that wants to we always want to be consistent. And I thought that's what Barca was. Lewandowski, how many more years do we have with him? Realistically.
I think his contract ends in 2 years. Maybe?
2 years? That second year, maybe he comes off the bench. That's when I thought Vitor Roque was going to come on and do his thing. He was praised. Him and Endrick were the next duo that knew Ronaldo Messi at Barca Madrid. And now we want to get rid of him. I feel so bad for him. So bad for him. And then we want to go and see if we could get Rodri. Are you guys like lost in the freaking head? What's Deco doing? What are these guys doing?
Lost. He's up to lunch.
We have guys like Marc Casado right now starting the first game and the other guy, what's his name? Bernal. And then we're trying to get rid of our most experienced midfielder. Are you guys fucking okay?
Makes sense, bro.
We're gonna lose every single game against Madrid from now on if we start thinking like this, and we're never gonna win the league in years. Yeah, we have a new gaffer. Okay, yeah, we have young players they're good in the summer, but I'd rather rely on Gundogan and those players that we know can do things.
Because he's reliable.
He's reliable. He came from fucking City, man. Pep Guardiola's system. You think he doesn't know what he's doing? He knows more than anyone, in my opinion.
And apparently he might be going back to the best team in football with one of the deepest squads, which is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's definitely a vicious cycle. But speaking of the circus around or involving FC Barcelona, I know there's another player that made headlines this week.
Quite a few. If you want to talk about circus, you know, a man that likes to party, a man that likes to drink Red Bull, a man like Jamie Vardy, man. He's having a party. And he's scoring against Spurs. And I don't know if you guys saw, but I think after he scored, or not too long after he scored, he rattled the Spurs fans a little bit, basically saying, me, 1 Prem title, you guys, 0. Which is crazy, man. Like, you love to see it. You guys think, like, if this is, like, a different player, like, someone from a different league or something, like, he wouldn't be getting these kind of, praises, I think more people would be calling it like arrogant and whatnot.
Well, first off, Jamie Vardy is Premier League heritage. You need a guy like that in your league. He always steps up, and he has a right to gloat. He won the best title in Premier League history. The most underrated title. A title that no one expected that Leicester team to win. Jamie Vardy won it for them. So if he wants to chat that if he wants to chat jokes, go for it because he's earned it. But to answer your question, would other leagues players get that kind of, love, respect? Maybe not, because look, you see a guy like Vinny Jr., a lot of showboating, a lot of bleephousery, but we see the backlash that gets. Meanwhile, Jamie Vardy, I don't think Jamie Vardy has ever received backlash for his antics.
I remember one time he kicked a corner flag with a certain flag on it. He got some backlash for that, but besides that, not really.
Even then, who remembers
not
that?
by fans, though. I don't think fans gave any backlash. I think that was more so like
media.
he got like fined and shit. Like, oh, that's whatever.
Football is all about shithousery, especially Jamie Vardy. So I'm happy to see it. Jamie Vardy back in the Premier League. I love it. One of my favorite players of all time because of what he did for the city of Leicester. I love him.
Yeah, Jamie Vardy came into the Premier League at 27. And I don't know the exact number of goals he has, but most of his goals came after 30 years old. Like the amount of class this guy has, he's still doing it at 37. That's absolutely insane. This guy's still drinking Red Bull before every game.
Halftime, bro.
And scoring goals. How is he scoring goals? He was just in the championship. And he's back.
Class is permanent, bro.
Jamie freaking Vardy, dude.
And look, Tottenham is like that rich kid, all the money, big stadium, big fan base, to be fair, but no glory. Leicester and Jamie Vardy have all the glory, and what he did to the Tottenham fans, and he was even chatting to Romero too. He's like,
saw that.
F off. It's like, bruh, Jamie Vardy is Premier League heritage. You can't say anything to that guy.
And it's funny because like a lot of people wouldn't go against Romero because Romero's a dog too. This guy, while he's getting subbed off, he's looking right at, fuck you, bro. Like, he doesn't care, bro. And that's what Vardy does. When you think of Vardy, you think of some hooligan. Like, you think of a party. Vardy party.
Think of Sunday League.
Exactly. And the fact that he went down to the, what's it called? Championship. And came back up with the same team, that shows you he has class. Like, he didn't want to leave this team because of so much this team's given to him. And you can see he still has that class. Man almost played the whole game, was running the whole game, got a goal. First game back in the Premier League. What more do you want from this guy?
I have a question. Should Vardy get a statue?
100%.
Outside the King Power?
Outside the stadium.
Jamie Vardy needs a statue outside Leicester City's King Power Stadium. Because everyone knows he won in the Premier League. He has a golden boot under his belt. What Jamie Vardy did will never be replicated. Ever. No one can do what he did for Leicester in 2015-16. Nobody. And that's something he could hold onto himself for the rest of life. And no fan or opposing player could say anything to him. Because you put any other player in that position, they're not doing it. Let's say you put Messi on 2015-16 Leicester. Do they win the league?
Hondo, bro.
Hondo P?
Hondo, bro. What you mean?
I'd hope so.
Damn.
Bro, Messi's scoring
no,
91
on
goals in a
paper, of
calendar
course. But like the
you never
emotions,
know.
like the
never know.
environment.
Yeah, what do you mean, bro?
I don't
Because
know.
realistically, Messi's going to be occupying Mahrez's area. He's not going to be playing striker for them in 2015.
False 9 in it.
True.
Think about the emotions, though,
Man, what do you mean?
and the environment.
You don't think Messi would thrive?
No, of course, but like, not many players could do what Vardy did. No, and I'm not saying Vardy is like one of the most gifted, talented, amazing players ever, but it's just like a lot of that was mental too. Like the mental ability to take an almost relegated team the previous season to Premier League champions. Not many players can do that. Like, for example, could Harry Kane have done that? He couldn't win the league with Tottenham.
Maybe not him because he's cursed, but Messi, definitely.
I hope.
I
But
don't
like, I don't know. Could Haaland have done that?
No.
Could Mbappe have done that?
No, it's a system.
It's straight up mentality that he has, bro. It's so crazy how some players, the quality outweighs that mentality, but for him, the mentality is just so much more than his quality. But he does have quality. You see that he's got banger goals. Remember that one goal?
No, Vardy's talented.
When you think of Vardy, you can think of some iconic goals with him. It's just mentality. He never gives up, bro. And that guy will be in your face. He will be in your face.
You don't think that Vardy was huge in the change room in between every match? Because they were winning every game, but did you expect them to win every game before that season? No. When you have someone like Mbappe or Haaland, like those guys will make a difference, but on a good team. You can't put them on a small-sided club and hope to give your team some sort of mentality boost, because they're not going to do that. Maybe if you put Ronaldo, but I don't know. That's a different story. Messi, like that's a different story. Those are like the world's best. But someone like Haaland and Mbappe, I don't know. They wouldn't do it.
It's because a man like Jamie Vardy came from nothing in a football perspective. Literally starting from the bottom of the football pyramid. Like university soccer, rising up the ranks to the Premier League.
NCAA.
It's a factory worker, no?
Yeah.
He was working odd jobs.
He was playing soccer and working at the same time.
Yeah.
He literally rose up the ranks coming from nothing in the football world. It's not like Mbappe, Haaland. They're coming from like world-class academies of the teams in their respective nations. Vardy is climbing up through the ranks. And that builds your mentality.
Yeah.
Do you think that he has like one of the best stories of all time? Because he technically he came up with Leicester twice, and he won them a Premier League trophy. That's pretty damn insane.
I think that's got to be up there, man.
Like that's crazy stories.
I don't know if I could think of another player like that, bro. That has like a similar kind of story.
Conte has a pretty good story too, because he came from the lower leagues and then came to, but it's also Leicester. I'm sure there's other players that you could find like from back in the day, but at least from what I watched, I think he might have the best story.
They should make a movie about it.
I would watch
Netflix special.
They should make a movie out of for that Leicester season in general.
I'm sure there will be in the future, bro.
I need a Jamie Vardy biopic.
Sponsored by Red Bull.
Bro, I seen this crazy tweet. 2023, someone tweeted, Leicester got promoted, won a Prem, FA Cup, and Community Shield, then got relegated all before Tottenham did anything. And then the same guy quote tweeted saying, got promoted again, scored against them on his return, and then told them that they still haven't done shit, bro.
I mean, Leicester are a bigger club than Tottenham in the 21st century, at least.
Technically.
Vardy came back, like, you guys still haven't won anything? We won one. Where's yours? You still haven't won anything?
Leicester are a bigger club than Tottenham.
Yeah.
But no, I can't think of a better story.
I can't.
Maybe Santiago Munoz, but that's fictional. That's the thing. It's fictional.
He might not have a better story.
Like, that's how crazy it is.
It's because Glaze and
No. I'm using that as a way to say, like, even a fictional story can't, like, match up to that.
Facts.
Like, you can't write Jamie Vardy's story. No one could have written that.
Imagine telling that to your kids, man.
Yeah. Leicester have to retire that jersey number. They have to.
Compare that to like someone that like, maybe had some kind of sickness when they were younger and apparently weren't supposed to make it, but then they end up becoming one of the best center backs in the world at the time.
Are you talking about Thiago Silva?
Yeah.
I was just say had to
I
be
think he had like
some Brazilian.
tuberculosis or something when he was younger, and like the doctors were saying he wasn't supposed to live. Ended up living, and the rest is history, right?
Yeah, of course. That's elite. Can't argue with that.
Yeah, but they do with Leicester.
Can you do it in a cold night at Leicester?
I don't think so, bro.
Well, I'll put that maybe top 3, but I still don't think it beats Leicester, man. I mean, Vardy.
But staying on the topic of the Premier League, I know you had a quote that came out recently.
Yeah, so Kevin De Bruyne, as we know, he's a little, someone say controversial with his opinions and his thoughts and what he has to say in the media. But I think what he said here might have been spitting. So he said, I think passes completed is the most useless statistic there is. I can have 96% pass completion playing sideways or backwards without being dangerous for the whole game. That means I haven't done anything. What's the point? Do you guys agree or disagree with this take?
Look, I've said this many times before. High pass completion is great, of course. You're completing passes. But if you have 100% pass completion, did you take any risks? Realistically, did you take any risks? Did you send a through ball that maybe could lead to a clear-cut chance? Did you send a switch of the ball across field that could have completely switched the play and led to a counterattack? I do think if you had 100% pass completion, you didn't take any risks. That had to have been just back passes, sideways passes, or passes directly maybe 1 to 2 feet in front of you. So I do agree with KDB in this sense. And look, it's KDB, one of the best midfielders of all time. And if anyone knows a statistic or an opinion like that, it's KDB. So I'm going to hold that to a lot of value. I agree. Look, if you had 100% pass completion, you did not take any risks. That's the fact of the matter. You're a safe player.
My question is that too. Then I guess to play devil's advocate, kind of. What's a good way to like kind of distinguish a quality player that played a quality game? Then, obviously, like you said, if it's not passes completed, then what's the best way
Watch
to
the game.
Yes, of course. But for those people that didn't watch the game, then they just look at stats. What's the next best stat then?
Passes into the final third, or like something like expected assist or like expected threat, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think that pass completion is a decent stat, but depending on the position, like someone like De Bruyne in like the center mid role, attacking kind of role, like it shouldn't matter too much for him because he's going to be doing those dangerous passes. But like, let's say like a CDM, let's throw in like, we'll say stick to the team, Rodri. He's not someone that's going to be sending through balls all over the place. He's someone that's going to get the ball, collect, get the ball moving to left, right, a simple pass forward, back, or center back. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to get the ball, find the easiest pass that's open, and move the ball up. So for them, I think pass accuracy does matter. But yeah, for what De Bruyne's saying, for a position like his or like a winger or a striker, like that, it doesn't matter.
I don't agree with you.
Well, tell me why.
I'm gonna. You go ahead. Sorry.
I don't agree with you because I think if anyone that you should look at their pass completion, it should be a player like De Bruyne because he's taking those risky. Oh, that's what you're saying?
Yeah, I said.
Oh,
I think it depends on the position.
Yeah, because like he's taking those risky passes.
Yeah,
you see the passes he's giving. It's those outside the curves in or stops right in front of Haaland, like a play like a defender, like a Kanji or like Walker. They're making those simple passes out.
That's why they should have the pass complete. Like it matters more for them. Like
it doesn't matter more for them.
It does matter more for center backs and CDMs. It doesn't matter for like De Bruyne's position, attacking positions really, or mids, center mids.
Okay.
You were saying something?
Yeah, I like how you reference the different positions, and I'm gonna reference that in a different way. Let's say you're a devastating winger, like Vinny Jr., Doku, like those kind of guys that take players on. I would rather those kind of guys have, let's say 2 out of even 10 dribbles completed than 1 out of 1 dribbles completed.
2 out of 10's low.
That is pretty low, bro.
But it means they're taking players on and taking risks.
But if it's that many,
okay, but no, I'm saying that versus 1 out of 1.
How about you go for like 4? Like let's go like 3 out of 7 over 1 out of 1. Because 2 out of 10, I think I'd sub them off.
20% is pretty bad, bro.
Okay, I'm not saying as like a season average per se. I'm saying in a game. And I'm saying specifically like verse 1 out of 1. Because if you're taking 1 dribble and your role is to be a devastating winger who consistently takes players on to create chances, you're not doing enough.
Yeah, but if you're only getting 2 out of 10 or completing like less than like 30% of your dribbles, you could say you're having a bad game as a winger, no?
Yeah.
Let's just say it was
but they're taking risks. I'm fine with wingers having... Okay, obviously, look, if your winger has 10 out of 10 dribbles completed, he's incredible. But like, I want my wingers, like especially those kind of wingers, taking on players as much as possible. I'd rather them have that many failures than that little attempts.
But you gotta look at it. He's giving the ball away 8 times to the other team, so that's why I think you put too much of a gap there, 2 out of 10, because you lose the ball 8 times on the wing when we're in an attacking position. I'm taking you off.
And the thing is, too, what do those ball losses lead to, right?
Yeah.
That's what's important as well, right?
You have to watch the game to find out.
I kind of agree with Jay a bit. I think 2 out of 10 is crazy, though. But I do agree because at the end of the day, the wingers need to take those chances for them to find that one chance. If you take one chance and you go through one time, okay, that might lead to a goal, but what if it doesn't? And then you don't do nothing else for the rest of the game? I'd rather you take those chances, you figure out what you're doing while you're not dribbling past him, and then you have those 2 chances, and you got to go from that. But you got to take those chances as a winger. You have to. And I think like you said with De Bruyne, you don't look at those dribbles passed for a winger either. Like that's not something you should be looking at. Just say that he had a bad game.
So let's say you're a manager and you're basing different metrics, the most important like metric based off of positions. And let's say, what would that number be percentage-wise for you to take off that player? So for example, let's say a striker, if they have below a certain percentage of shots, when do you consider taking them off? For a winger, certain percentage of dribbles completed, when you take them off? For a defender, certain percentage of tackles completed, when you taking them off?
Again, I hate looking at math like during a soccer game.
No, but
like,
It's true, but it's at the end of the day, unfortunately, nowadays, it's a part of the game, and it's a huge part of the game. It's every team is trying to find out just a little bit extra. Everyone's trying to find out what that meta is. Everyone's trying to find out what that little edge they can get from other teams. They're tracking every single thing, and they'll know everything. So those little things do matter, unfortunately. Like you said, we don't want it to as fans, as this is an entertainment for us, but it does matter for them.
I don't know. Like me personally, if I was a gaffer, like I give my attackers a lot of freedom and like room for error. It's like there's nothing I hate more than seeing wingers get a ball and pass it back as soon as they get it. There's nothing I hate more than seeing a striker not shoot. So I want them taking as many chances as they could get because that's their job, to try and score. Because if they miss those 10 chances, like maybe on the 11th they'll score.
That's crazy.
The thing is,
so it's like
the thing is with I don't agree with that part. Like you could give them I know Ancelotti gives them a lot of freedom, but he has the best players in the world, so you could do that. But like let's say you have like a regular team, you can't really give them freedom. You could give them a certain amount of freedom, but once you get to that point where the freedom is too much for them, you got to give it a breaking point because they're giving the ball away too many times. Like I don't want to compare me to like Real Madrid or Barcelona or like one of the top teams because yeah they could do with freedom. I'm gonna say like let's say if I was coaching Newcastle, do I want my team dribbling 2 out of 10 times, winning 2 out of 10 dribbles? Like you're gonna like it can mean something in the end because you losing those 8 dribbles, you're losing possession on the ball 8 times. You know how much possession you lost there?
yeah, but he's gonna learn so much from that bad game, that player.
He's not though because he might just keep doing it because he's not learning because you're not punishing him for it because he's gonna go on. Okay, I could do this again. Oh, those 2 dribbles. My coach said I did a good job.
I'm also not one to like embarrass my players.
You don't have to embarrass them.
Talk about it on the training ground. Like I like seeing players work through dry spells.
Who was that? Who was that gaffer that embarrassed their players?
Your favorite
Remember
gaffer,
that?
bro.
Who was that gaffer?
Ronald Klauman.
Right after the game too.
Don.
In the media, bro.
Right after the game too.
The Don.
Like I like seeing my players work through their errors and work through their dry spells and mistakes. If they're having like a bad like 30-minute stretch, let them figure out a way to work through it instead of just taking them off when they're being lackluster.
Yeah, but sometimes these players just come to games and they're going to be like that for the whole game. You just can't change it.
I understand where you're coming from, Jay, but my thing is now, like, let's look. When you talk about free roam, I think of obviously Madrid because it's Ancelotti and they have the best players, world-class players. And then when you think of another team that has world-class players, that's the opposite, that has a lot of structure, and you do this, is Pep and City. Of course, yes, both of them, they can do their thing on any day. But if you think about a team like who's fighting for relegation, to not get relegated, and you put those two things into consideration, what's most likely going to work? A gaffer who gives their players more free roam or a gaffer that has more structure? What's better for the team?
Structure.
Right?
Easily.
At that level where you're fighting for relegation, what's the bigger thing? What's going to help you the most? Let my players do what they have to do, or I'll give them a structure. I think structure, in my opinion. So it does have to depend on the players, I think, a lot. But I agree. I obviously want players to take on. I get joy when I see Neymar, when I see Vinny, when I see all those players doing their thing, for sure.
Yeah, with structure, it Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
No, go.
With structure, it minimizes the amount of mistakes your team is going to make as well. So
but it does get boring to a point.
Okay, I'm not gonna say I like it, but like when I'll just say, okay, I like sometimes seeing teams make mistakes because it gives you something to learn from.
Yeah.
You can't be too perfect. You're never going to learn anything.
But
You got to fail before you succeed. It's cliche, but like too much structure is like you're never going to learn to be independent and figure out situations on your own.
But you're going into a season with demands from your higher ups on where they want you to finish. You can't go into every match losing just to learn.
Oh, he'll learn from it.
just to learn.
And that's why I hate politics.
Couple
in
games
football.
left, we'll learn
Guys,
from
we
it.
gotta finish first in the season. Nah, it's okay. We'll learn from our
This will be a
mistakes.
learning moment.
No, man. If you lose next game, we're relegated. No, it's okay.
If we get relegated, it was a learning moment.
It's all part of the process.
Did you have something, man?
No.
Okay, so why don't we talk about another learning moment that might have happened in La Liga this weekend?
So apparently, player that hasn't returned back to the Barcelona camp because of Olympics and Euro, man, like Fermin Lopez. So Fermin Lopez, as most of us, wasn't at the game, so had to watch it on the TV. But for whatever reason, a player that plays on Barcelona, making millions a week, for some reason is watching an illegal stream, and he posted it on his Instagram story. And apparently, La Liga, Javier Tebas, president of La Liga, were angry, saying, "How can a player of such a caliber promote piracy by sharing on social media that he's watching an illegally streamed game?" What do you guys think about this?
Look, in my opinion, it just proves he's one of us. Footballers are just like us. Sometimes, you don't have the resources to catch a game.
Nah, bro. Shout out Stream East.
You don't got the facilities for that, mate.
And look, like I'm sure maybe he's on vacation. Like
Yeah.
when that post goes out, maybe you're in Antigua or like Granada, and they don't have broadcasting rights for La Liga.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to find the other solution. He was on Twitter. I'm sure you saw a stream pop up, and there you go. He made it happen, right? So, I mean, it's kind of funny, obviously.
How was it though? Like, what was the picture of
It's
him
just,
watching on TV?
Yeah, it's him watching on the TV and a picture of it from his phone, I guess.
Like him taking it, like me taking
Yeah,
a
just
picture of this, like this.
pointed the phone at the TV.
Okay, so what if that's his friend's house? He had the game on already. What am I gonna say? Oh, stop broadcasting this. Let me sign on to my thing so I could no, come on. And also, what are these guys looking at? They have so much time in their hands that they're looking at a young guy, Fermin Lopez, who's just having some time of his life after winning trophies in the summer. That's what they're talking about now.
Snitched, bro.
Like, seriously? You have other more important things to talk about. Other more important things to look at.
It's because of Madrid media, man. They see their team tied 1-1 against Mallorca, and they gotta find some other kind of news, right?
They gotta sway it away.
To be fair, like he shouldn't be streaming and posting it.
Okay, of
But
course.
to also be fair, shouldn't players from La Liga, you're in a top 5 league in the world, shouldn't they have necessary means to legally stream games?
Of course, like we're never here to promote illegal streaming.
Yeah.
And La Liga's got to do better. They got to provide their employees, per se, their
100%.
athletes, with a unique code to get legal live streaming in 4K.
I'm sure they have it. There's no way they don't. They have to have
They
it.
can't afford
Clearly not.
online technology, so I guess they can't afford to give their players, legal streaming rights.
It's also Barca, so yeah, maybe they can't. So I don't know. That's rough. I do think he shouldn't have posted that, but what can you do? Like, it is what it is.
He shouldn't have posted it, but it's funny, because it's not like he was promoting it or like you could see the web address.
Yeah.
It's just everyone collectively knew it was a legal stream.
Someone
pretty
snitched.
funny.
Someone snitched. Someone snitched on him. And at the end of the day, like, he doesn't give a frick at this point. Bro, this guy just came out of a crazy summer winning 2 trophies. This guy's just relaxing. Let him relax, man. Let the guy relax. Let the kid relax.
Yeah, they did say that like they don't have any active like piracy punishments for players. So
they can't do anything about it. Just complain, right?
yeah, so it's pretty funny. Look, should he have done it? No. We only watch legal football here. So no, he shouldn't have done it.
Can you guys recall any other moments like where a player's posted on social media and they got like in trouble for it?
Like for streaming or
No, just
No,
like
anything in general,
like,
you know
like
what?
IG story. Like I know Yves Basuma, he got I think he got sanctioned for this game for Spurs because he posted on his IG story of him like, you guys see that? With the balloon?
They call it laughing.
Oh
gas.
yes,
Yeah.
that's
Isn't
recently
that just
too.
shisha?
With the helium balloons, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get that. Like, I don't
Supposedly,
get that activity.
supposedly it's illegal. Just not. I don't understand it. It was like helium.
Is it illegal?
Clearly, it was.
Helium?
He got sanctioned. They don't let him play.
That's crazy though, bro. Man's on a night out, posts on the IG story. Next thing you know, he can't play the next game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know there was this one that happened at Marseille, I think. And Mbemba. Mbemba and his assistant coach got into a fight, and then the 16-year-old posted something on his Instagram story.
Oh yes.
I don't know exactly. I don't know the story, but he got in trouble for posting. It was like a smiley face or something on his Instagram story,
Oh.
but it meant something.
He said it was Mbemba's birthday.
Oh, yeah, that's.
And
what
then
it
the kid posted a picture of Mbemba saying "Captain," or "Coach," something like that. Because
no, it was the emoji.
it was, no,
that got
but
in
no, it was
trouble.
a saying. It was a word. It was a word. It was "Captain" or "Coach," something like that. So I forgot what the word was. Let me look at it. But supposedly that has something because Mbemba said something like that to the gaffer, and the gaffer wasn't happy about that. The word he used. I forgot what word it was. Let me look at it.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was something weird, but like that's like the most recent one I could think of, because it was kind of like odd. Like I don't know how that even came about, and how this 16-year-old got in, or 17-year-old got into this whole Mbemba and assistant coach mess. But that's one.
Self snitching, bro.
No, bring back football Instagram where there were no social media or PR managers, you know?
Facts.
Let them be free. Let them make their mistakes. Let them lose their brand deals for being idiotic. It's part of the game.
It makes it more real.
It's part of the cycle. No one's perfect.
I have it here, but let me see if I can translate it.
Why is it in
Yes. Yes, right here I have it. So Ryan Hassad is the guy who posted the picture. On the picture he posted on his social media was "Happy birthday, cousin."
Oh, yeah.
He was calling Mbemba cousin. But supposedly that word, let me see here. So he was suspended by Olympique of Marseille after posting on Instagram where he wished the birthday to Mbemba, calling him cousin. It doesn't really say why. But supposedly I think Mbemba said that word to the coach, something like that, and he took it the wrong way. He didn't like the way he said it. So it was kind of a way to get back to him without getting back to him. So the little kid got,
But the guy who posted, he's not on the team, is he?
He is
Yeah,
on
he
the
is.
team.
Oh, he was on the team.
And Mbemba and him got suspended.
They both got suspended because he said cousin. The word cousin.
No, I think it was there was a deeper thing.
There was a
it.
deeper meaning to it, but it was basically because he said cousin,
Yeah.
which is funny.
It might not be a funny story. I don't know. We don't know.
What other crazy ones though from years ago? Any other crazy ones?
I
Stories?
don't know if this was like.
Wasn't there one where a player was getting some sloppy?
I
Didn't
think those are just like leaks or. I
true,
don't know.
maybe.
What about the who's kicking cats again? Mendy?
Zuma.
Oh, Zuma.
Yeah, Kurt Zuma. That was crazy.
Or the one that just recently came out for some reason. How it just recently came out. The pie with that girl.
Oh yeah, I think like that was back in like COVID time.
COVID time, but that came out recently.
Oh, and these live streams.
Yeah. He's like, what are you
Live,
working
bro.
with back there? I see you're working with something back there. She's like,
She hit him with the body fame, bro.
I think the worst,
Man
I guess not story, maybe like you said, leak
yeah,
was the one with
Saliba.
Saliba. The one with Saliba is the worst leak. Him and who else was it?
Colomwani.
Kolomwani. That is the worst leak, guys. I hope you guys don't look it up because it's really bad. But that's crazy. That was a crazy leak.
I don't know what the hell Colomwani was doing in that video, man.
I'm shocked. Like people don't even really talk about that much anymore.
It's the past. The past.
But like it's so like imagine like some NBA players had that leak.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
You
But
went
it's-
near the end of it.
But it's crazy because
Someone like cat, bro.
you've seen videos of players naked and changing, like Chiellini.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, but that's different.
But that's Europe.
Yeah.
They actually go around naked because it's just that's how it is. They all shower together naked as well. That's just
Yeah,
the
there's
way it
always
is.
like something like that, like like a team like after
Yeah.
the match, like and like a player will go on IG live, like in the background you'll see like someone's like butt, bro.
okay, but that specific video
Yeah.
is a little more extreme.
Yeah, that's the Saliba one's a little crazy.
But please don't watch it, guys. But thank you for watching this episode or listening as well.
I just want to say one more thing before we end.
Please do.
We're winning the league. Barcelona's winning the league, bro. Madrid tied 1-1 against Mallorca.
Bro.
I'm sorry. I had to say that.
Yo.
You have Mbappe and you guys tied against Mallorca. It's going to be like the Gatos era. They're not going to win anything.
Bro, I see a lot of people saying, like, I don't know if Mbappe can handle La Liga. I don't know if they can handle the low blocks he's about to play every single week against these lower sides. And, you know, I think a lot of us are thinking, like, oh, like 30, 40 goals this first season. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
I saw someone...
Wait. What do you mean a lot of guys? I tried to say he's not gonna fit, but no one believed me.
It's been one game.
I know it has been one
Bro,
game.
I saw some people saying... I think I saw the actual commentary saying he's going to get 50 goals in La Liga.
Okay, 50 is insane.
I'm like, bro, are you guys like... You guys don't realize this is a hard league, dude. It's not easy. Low blocks is hard. Barca face it a lot.
I made my predictions when Mbappe joined. We'll see if they come into fruition. But, you know, with that said, it's like... Guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tapping in always into this new season of pods and good fun. It's been an electric start so far across all the leagues, and these are some of the top stories that came across our desk this evening. So thank you for tapping in, and drop a like and subscribe, and catch us for more dope interviews on FUBO. Use our link in the description if you guys want to watch the Premier League all season in 4K. Got a special discount. As well as, guys, if you want to cop, of course, Footy Fresh, the best air fresheners on the planet. Link is in the description as well on thefootyculture.com. Also, guys, we're playing on PointsBet all season long. We've been firing. It's been a blast all summer. And now with the new season starting, our picks are going to be flying. So, guys, tap in. We have an exclusive link, discount, promo in the description. So, tap in. Play on PointsBet. It's dope. And we love y'all. Bye.
With the culture, man.
With the culture, man.
Later, boys. Ciao, ciao. Thanks again. Dollar.